Shut up and sit down.
Good evening. So I was hoping to start the video off a little bit more lighthearted in that it's Thanksgiving break. Yay! And I'm going to spend a couple days in the hill country at Colorado Bend and Pedernales State Park and Lost Maples. But on the way over to Colorado Bend, my biggest fear is that I hit a deer. A baby one, like the tiniest deer you could possibly imagine. But it darted out in front of me. I was only going like 20 miles an hour. Darted out in front of me. I beeped. It stopped. It ran to the side of the road and I swerved around to the left. And then it just like jumped right in front of the car. So in front of the van. I'm really upset and just kind of processing it. It didn't do any damage to the front bumper. There was already a slight dent in it when I bought it. But it did knock out the metal part of the bumper, I guess the fender. So, but I managed to pop it back in, and it's fine. I got to repaint it and get a new front end anyway, eventually. But I think it did knock a bit of the actual bumper down, but it's not rubbing on the tire. So yeah, so that's kind of the damage. But I'll be in Austin on Friday when I'm volunteering, so I can leave the vehicle somewhere and get somebody to just give me a new bumper, because I need a new bumper anyway. But that poor little deer, just be careful when you're driving at night. I mean, there was no avoiding it, which is like 99.9% of the time that animals get hit on the road. I did try to notify animal control, but everything's closed right now because it's like 9 o'clock at night. So I took a drop pin screen grab of where it happened, and then I will call the county or the city animal control tomorrow to make sure that they're able to take care of the animal. But like, I'm always fearful. I try not to drive at night. I couldn't avoid it because I had a 4.5-hour drive to get out here. But yeah, so just be careful. It could have been a lot worse. But luckily I was only going 20 miles an hour because there was no one on the road, and it was a backcountry road and it was very dark. And so I could go slow, which is what I do. I don't care if it takes me an extra 2 hours to get somewhere. But this is like the teeny tiny little tiny baby Bambi. And sorry, Bambi. It's really upsetting. So anyway, so tomorrow is a new day. I'll get up and try to pop the bumper out a little bit more. What you're looking at right now is the next morning. I'm just going to show you. I'm filming this the night before with the intention of filming what you're seeing right now. So what you're seeing right now is what I'll film tomorrow that you're seeing now. Weird. Anyway, so that's what it is. And like I said, it was upsetting, but it's unavoidable. I've seen worse, a lot worse. I've seen entire vans be taken out by a stag or a deer or a bison. Just drive slow, be careful, and I'm just going to sit here now and just edit my hot springs video from Arkansas. Finally get around to that. I don't have any cell reception, so I'm finally going to get some work done. I have to study for a test for work as well, for an exam that I'll be taking in a few weeks. And I am parked in the parking lot at the trailhead where the tent camping is. And the nice thing is that I can just stay in the van. And I don't have to hike 2 miles out to my tent camping ground because I don't actually have a tent with me. So, but it's only like $10 and I can just park here. So I'm here for 2 nights, and tomorrow I'll spend the whole day apologizing to nature for taking out one of its deer. But it could have been worse. Anyway, sounds like I don't care. I do care. I'm just a little shaken up right now. So I will hike in the morning. The whole day is basically hiking and going up to the waterfalls and things, and just trying to be one with nature with no cell reception. Yeah, so it's a very, very small campground in terms of the park. It'll probably be busy tomorrow because it's Thanksgiving. So that's fine. And I'll just go find a rock to just sit on and cry for poor Bambi. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to go edit videos now and try to get a good night's sleep. So that was quite treacherous. That was about 2 miles, mostly carrying my bike. They have all these weird, I don't know what they are, lava rocks or something. Oh, that was a good workout. So I'm gonna head to the main road and then get on the next trail on the other side of the road. The Spicewood Springs Trail, which is this way, no bikes allowed, as you can see. So this actually loops back around. So I think what I'll do later is I will go back to where I started, the Spicewood Canyon Trail, and then I'll hike the Spicewood Springs Trail, and then come back up this way. So it connects down at the other end about 2 miles away. And then I'll go on the Spicewood Springs Trail and then come back through the canyon trail back to my car, back to the campground. I can just walk over there from where I'm parked. But this one, I'm continuing on. I'm probably going to do about maybe 15 miles. Just loop and connect all of the trails together. So good. That was a good run. I love trail riding. It's not very fast. You're basically doing it for stamina, technical, and then carrying your bicycle. It's a good upper body workout, which is good. A lot of cyclists don't generally have, you know, I mean, they've got strong legs, but when they have to carry their bikes, they just whinge and moan. So don't whinge and moan. Do these kind of trails and then you'll be strong. I made it to the end of the Spicewood Canyon Trail. I'm going to go over to the Lemon Ridge Trail, and that just goes along the road, and then it crosses over to the other side of the road, to the front of the park, and I'm going to loop back a few bits in between. I'm guessing the rest of the, I think all the trails are like this. I think they're all pretty rocky. I think I was on the more mountainous side, since there are mountain lions over here. That was a good workout. The fact that it's so rocky, they use rocks to keep the signs up. Okay, next one. It's super nice weather too. It's like, I don't know, maybe like 50 something. No one here yet, so I may actually park over here tonight at this trailhead. It's a little bit more flat. Although I slept like a rock last night, so that was pretty good. I just need to move my car to a different place to park. Maybe park on the other end of the campground, just because it wasn't that level. So yeah, okay, next one. I haven't been on camera yet in this video. So here's me in my dorky McDork hat and my little hiking outfit here and my bag. I love nature. I don't like murdering animals though, I'm sorry. I'm still so really upset about it. I'm like super upset. Okay, I'm gonna hike. I'm sorry. I'm not like religious, but I do believe in karma, so I'm probably going to trip over my own face down on this hike and break an arm or something. But I deserve it. I deserve every bone I break this weekend. Sorry. So this was about a 15-minute walk, and the primitive camp area is over here. So I might go back there and just check out where my campsite would have been. But yeah, that's not too bad of a walk. Very pretty. Super pretty. And then the river trail is up there. So I'm going to go back. I think it's just right over here. And then the river trail is about 3 miles one way. And then I think it's another 2 miles to the falls. And I think there's like an overlook as well. And then back. But really, really chill day. Really like this park as well. It's not very big. The bike trail I went on this morning, I didn't really film a lot of it. But I basically carried my bike the first 2 miles. But I would do that same trail again. I would still do that 2 mile bike carry because the whole part after that was just really, really cool. And then you go through a prairie and you go through a little forest and then over some rocky bits. And then I took the road back, so super diverse. But let's see what's going on over here in this little hippie camp. Yeah. So there's my neighbor, and this would have been my site. Not too bad. A little exposed, but right on the river. And this would have been my tent spot. I do have a tent. It's at home. So Thought that was someone over there. No, that's just a oil barrel. You know, being Texas, we just have oil debris everywhere. Yeah, so okay, not too bad. It's like literally right on the trail though. That one's a little further back. Some of them are like way back, but this one literally, I don't even have a fire pit. This would literally be, well, you can't have fires anyway, but oh, there's toilet paper. Awesome. Now we know where the outside toilet is, but this is where I would have stayed. So glad I'm in the van. So now I'm going to try to get out of here. Hopefully there's an exit that connects back to the Gorman Falls Trail. But yeah, that was probably a longer walk. It's probably an extra mile in from where I last spoke to you. So yeah, anyway, I haven't really done primitive camping in quite a while. I think the last place I did it was maybe Caprock Canyons. And this is my little tent set up right here, you can see. And yeah, I mean, I had a toilet and everything, and it was like, you know, right by the road, and you don't really have to hike in, you just park and walk like 10 feet. So this is the end. Oh no, there's another one, number 8. This is kind of fun and terrifying. Actually, I'm happiest when I'm in forests. I grew up near a forest and we used to play hide and seek and stuff. All my numerous injuries and scars that I have, and split fingers and broken bones and all that stuff. But yeah, this is good to check out next time if I'm with anyone that wants to primitive camp. I could probably ride my bike up here with all my gear. This one's pretty. This is a pretty spot. Yeah. So I don't have any cell reception, so I'm not quite sure if this actually goes out the other end. I don't know. We'll see. I was fooled. It's not an exit, so I gotta go all the way back, all the way to the beginning of the primitive campsite, and then go onto the river trail. And then eventually maybe go see a waterfall. So, no way people get so like excited about waterfalls. It's literally water cascading down into more water. Or water, as the Americans say. So that was a good hike. So I'm back over here, back over at the tent camping parking lot. I actually had parked way over there, like far away, next to where the electrical was, thinking I could just plug in. And I should have while I was hiking. When I got back, I did get a little note, not a ticket, but a note from the headquarters that it wasn't actually a parking space. And so when I talked to the ranger, she was super nice, and she was like, well, I figured you were, you know, camping in your van. And I said, oh, you know about van life? She's like, yeah, we see a lot of people, they book the tent site, but they just, you know, sleep in their van. I said, well, that would be me. So she said I could have number 36. So I went over there. Unfortunately, everyone's got their fires going, and I really don't like the smell of smoke. So I'm back over here just making a cup of tea with my little tea kettle that's a 12 volt that plugs into my Jackery. And it should be getting dark soon. It's about 6 o'clock. Super fun day, really nice Thanksgiving. Hardly anybody here. I saw maybe 2 people on the hiking trails. I saw no one at all on the bike trail this morning. And I did I biked 18 miles, I think. And then I hiked almost 10 miles, and I just saw literally 2 people. One was some stupid woman that's like, oh, my dog's not on a leash. I'm like, lady, your dog needs to be on a leash. So I'm like, you're not special. Like, your dog needs to be on a leash. That's the rule. I mean, I was at Zion and there were people that had dogs on the hiking trail. Like, your dog is not allowed in the national parks, on most trails and most national parks, and not allowed without a leash. I mean, there's mountain lions, and you know, it's not because we want you to like not let your dog be free. You know, it's because your dog might get eaten by a mountain lion and you're going to mess up the ecosystem. And if one dog gets killed, then all the mountain lions are going to figure there's dinner every time somebody, you know, walks their dog. So that woman needs to like read the rules. And there's you know, I love pet parents. I'm not a pet parent, I'm like a human parent, and I think pets are great, but you have to abide by the rules. It's also a safety issue. If you start messing up the ecosystem and you've got dogs, you know, pet ferrets or whatever roaming free, then when the next person that hikes that doesn't have an animal is going to get mauled to death by a freaking mountain lion. So thank you for attending my TED Talk. It's not that nobody hates animals when they're saying your pet needs to be on a leash. It's for your pet's safety. So be responsible. So anyway, but this is how big the campground is. It's literally probably like 20 sites, mostly tent camping, no electrical hookups. So there are a few RVs. I think there's like 2 RVs, my van. I'm usually the only van. And then, well, in Texas, if I go to like Pacific Northwest, there'll be tons of vans. But there's like 2 RVs, there's van, and there's a couple like trailers, fifth wheels and trailers. So probably mostly tent camping, but not even full. And so, but I moved down here. They're lighting fires over there, and I'm not really in the mood to be like in the smoke. So, but I want to be here with my door open like this and just wait for my tea to be done. And I think I'm just going to relax under my blanket on the bed. This is the bed right here with my Japanese blanket and my skateboard that I need to put somewhere. I think I'm probably going to just put it up on the ceiling. I gotta figure out what to do with the skateboard. And then over here it's my laundry bag, which probably shouldn't be on the bed. And then I have my computers, and I think I'm just gonna probably study my study materials tonight. There's my little travel map. It's getting there. I added, in the last month, I've added Arkansas and Oklahoma. So I was thinking for Christmas, I have a couple days, probably to try to go over to like Mississippi and Georgia. But the thing is, I drove through there, through a bunch of states, like 8 states, just to get back from Baltimore when I bought Prudence. So probably for Christmas, I'll probably head to Peladuro again. Everything's shut on Christmas Day, so I might just spend Christmas Day in Austin. I do have a lift ticket to go to Spider Mountain, an all-day lift ticket, and that's basically a mountain bike track. So you take the lift up and mountain bike down. So that's on the 26th of December. So it looks like I'll be spending probably Christmas Eve and Christmas Day in the Austin area. I might come back out this way again to some different state parks and just probably be in the hill country, and then do that Spider Mountain Sunday, drive back Sunday night, work Monday through Thursday, and then I think I'm off Friday for New Year's through Sunday. Then Harriette's at my house on Sunday. So I'm at the something Metropolitan Park. I'll put it on the screen. Anyway, so Walnut Creek Metropolitan Park, and there's a whole bunch of these like jump tracks and things, lots of trails, as you can see. So I'm just going to do a loop. It's 8 miles, and then head out to Pedernales State Park. It's going to get dark pretty early, probably about an hour and a half. So yeah, this should be fun. I've never been here. I've tried to get here a few times, but just got rained out or things came up. So lots of hills, lots of walking my bike and skateboarding my way down while on my bike. So this should be fun, super easy, and you know, not too busy. So good, let's do it. I feel like every activity I'm doing is to try to escape from the zombie apocalypse. So now I know how to ride a bike really fast through a forest. This is pretty awesome. I've never been on this trail. A little busy, a lot of people not understanding that, you know, uphill has right away. But it's okay. I have an annoying bell that I've had actually since I was probably about 12 years old. I don't know why I still have it. It's 31 years I've had this. Anyway, so yeah, I'm about a third of the way through. Been riding for about 30 minutes. Really, really cool, perfect weather. It rained a little bit the other day here, or yesterday here, so the trail is really impacted, which is great. And yeah, Blair Witch on a bike. I love it. Oh my God, so fun. The guy in the red car was asking me if the trail was good. I'm like, trail's perfect until you get mauled by a dog. Anyway, so there's Prue, my baby. So now it's probably about 5 o'clock. I'm going to freshen up, and then I'm going to head out to Pedernales State Park and go find a restroom over here. Yeah, that was a good run. The first 4 miles was good. The last like 3 miles was crap because of, you know, people not knowing where the off leash and the leash part, you know, starts and ends, and they're like, oh, my dog's cute. I'm like, I'm sure Fido is great and your dog is great, but the expectation is that this is a mountain bike trail in parts of it, and that we shouldn't have dogs just running right in front of the bikes. I mean, it's dangerous. So just be mindful of where you're walking your dog. I'm sure your dog is lovely. That's great. But on a safety level, I don't really want to break my neck today. So thank you for attending my PSA. All right, let's get this baby on here. Let's go find a restroom, which I think is over there. Porta potty. And yeah, let's get out of here. So here's a travel hack. Charge your Jackery while you're taking a shower. So this is the bathroom at Pedernales State Park. There's toilets over there. I'm not going to show that. This is the shower. Very nice. And yeah, so a little cold in here right now, but I am charging the Jackery so that I'll be able to, I don't know, power my fridge tonight. I don't know. Basically, again, as I said before, van life is just trying to keep my fridge alive. So, good morning from a very wet Pedernales State Park. I was here back in July, just for like a few hours before heading to Enchanted Rock. These are all the campers that are probably soaking wet tonight. So I'm going to hike a couple trails this morning. It's raining. Let me get it, it's blurry. There we go. It's raining, but the rain's let up a little bit, and I don't mind hiking in the rain. Everything I have is waterproof, and it's actually quite nice once you're in the woods. There's no lightning or anything, so super safe. So I'm going to hike the Wolf Mountain Trail and then swing back over the Juniper Ridge Trail. That should be about 12 miles, and then I'm going to head over to Lost Maples State Park, which is where I'll be the rest of today and then most of tomorrow before heading back to Houston. So it's supposed to be a nice day tomorrow. It's fine here. I mean, you know, this is like a redo, but unfortunately I'm gonna have to come back and do this again because the first time we didn't really have much time. The second time it's raining now. So I'll come back maybe in the spring or summer when it's a bit warmer, and I'll be able to go in the springs. Anyway, so I'm gonna hike. Right over there is a hiking trail. And yeah, so this should be nice. Got some snacks, and there's people sleeping in their cars right now. They probably gave up on the camping because it was raining all last night. Okay, this is the 4.5 mile back to the car mark, so that was good. I would totally skip the Wolf Mountain loop. Really, you're just walking on like a 1 mile service road that goes in a circle. You don't actually see a mountain. I would also start at the other end of the Juniper Trail and then get onto the Wolf Mountain Trail and walk back, which is the same way that I've gone, but I went the other way. That way, if you want to, you can switch back through the horse trail, which I think would be interesting, which I'm not doing on this one. Or you can switch back on any of the multiple trails that pop out of the Juniper Trail. But very pretty. It's kind of hard to see with this crappy color on the iPhone, but anyway, since it's overcast. But the leaves are different colors of brown and green and all the other colors that leaves are, which is nice. You know, living in Houston, I live in a swamp, so I don't really get to see anything. And people have palm trees in Houston. I'm like, what? Anyway, so this is nice. Really, really good run. I've been hiking for about 3.5 hours now. I think I'm at the 10 mile mark. I do stop to take pictures and video, obviously, and check the map, and I don't go too fast because I want to conserve energy. I'd rather go longer on hikes than try to do it for speed. So but yeah, I think I hike probably between 3.5-4 miles an hour, so still pretty fast, but like I said, I want to conserve my energy. So this is nice. Pedernales State Park, you did me good. Back in the van, soaking wet, so I got changed in what I was wearing yesterday. So now I'm going to Lost Maples, and it's raining. It's going to rain all day. I probably won't do anything out there. By the time I get out there, it'll be 4:30. It gets dark about 5:30, so I think I'll just relax, study for my test, and rest my feet. So that was fun, 5.5 hours. Actually, it was really nice. I'm glad I did that. So yeah, probably did an extra mile that I probably shouldn't have done, but that's okay. All right, so there's Prudence. She's all clean. Everything's in its place, so nothing's gonna fly around. I look disheveled. It's okay. It's all good. All right, let me get out of here. I'm on my way to Lost Maples, and I'm driving through Kerrville, which is actually one of my favorite bike rides that I've done in the hill country. Probably actually one of my favorite bike rides ever. And I've ridden a lot of bikes. So this is the Kerrville City Park, and they have about an 8-mile windy trail that goes through the woods over there, and then they have a connecting trail that goes along the river. Really, really fun, super pretty. I did this this year actually, I think in March. So just really nice city park, and it's free for veterans, which makes it great. Okay, this is my home for the night, I think. I think this is where I'm supposed to park. There's only 2 parking lots. One's an overflow and one is the day use, but at the end is the parking lot right here. So there's Prudence, a little lopsided Prudence there. I need to get the bumper fixed, which I think I'll do on Tuesday. I have some time. But yeah, there it is. There she is. Good morning from Lost Maples. Again, I'm the only one on the trail. There's some guy was pulling up with his family, and he's like, "Raw!" And I'm like, "Excuse me, sir. It's way too early in the morning for people to be pounding their chests like freaking the Hulk." Anyway, okay, so you can't ride your bikes here, only a mile. So I think I'm gonna go this way. I don't know. I have a map. I didn't even look at it. I am breaking in my new hiking boots. Very, very excited. These are Salomon, and they're actually men's boots from REI, but I got them for $80. They're usually almost $200. I got so laughing. This is excuse me. This is a monkey rock. That's too funny. That's so funny. It looks like the oh, what is it? The Paul Frank. Yeah. Oh, nature, you crack me up. I needed that laugh. That's too funny. Happiness is when you find a restroom in the middle of nowhere. So just a heads up, when you get past the campground A, which is right here, there we go, you can't ride a motorcycle. You can't ride a motorcycle anyway. You can't ride a bicycle past here. So if you do want to camp in the camping spot and ride your bike in with your gear, only go to campsite A, and there's only, I think, 3 spots to camp. Even though my spot said number 10, although I slept in the van, even though it said number 10, you can just basically camp in any empty spot, as long as no one's like put their lawn chair there and tried to save it. So, more clear water. Okay, keep going. This is beautiful. I'm already about 2 miles in. Really, really pretty. It's nice to see fall in almost December. So unfortunately the sun's in the wrong place, but this is the overlook. You can look all the way down there. Pretty cool, super beautiful. I'm at about 2,500 feet. It's super marshy and muddy, like my feet are literally encased in mud. So wear your grippy shoes. I guess it rained, so that's why, but yeah, really pretty. So now I'm gonna head back and continue on the loop after I've been to the overlook. Yeah, if you come here in the evening, the sun will be behind you. You'll get a better view. It's a little hazy because the sun's like right there. So I'm 8 miles in. I've seen 4 people, 2 different couples. It's funny, people ask, they're like, why don't you use hiking poles? Well, first of all, my upper body is completely messed up, spinal injury and shoulder and wrist and all that stuff. But the other thing is that I have pretty strong legs. I mean, you know, I'm an ice skater and a mountain biker and a roller skater, rollerblader. And, you know, on ice skates, I'm generally trying to propel myself up in the air off a 5mm blade. So yeah, no, actually, you know, I thought about it and I don't know, I just feel like, I don't know, if I have extra things to carry, that's extra things to carry. And plus getting up things like this right here, I don't know if the hiking pole would actually work, and I wouldn't be able to lift my left shoulder all the way up to, you know, hoist myself up. So the answer is, short answer is no, I don't really need them. If you need them, that's fine. But when you do things like, when you hike things like Angel's Landing, you need both hands. You can't be holding on to, you know, hiking poles. So there's a few places like at the lighthouse at Paladuro, and some other places that I've hiked where you need to go up a scramble. And even some of the steep places here at Lost Maples, you know, you might need, you know, 3 points of contact. So you can't really do that if you're holding on to extra contraptions. Plus, you know, it's pretty slippery and wet. So putting reliance into gear and not into your own body, I think for me, would seem pretty dangerous. So, you know, and I generally fall over my own foot every single day. So, so no on the hiking poles or additional equipment, just, you know, a really good pair of hiking boots. And I use a sling backpack because I do have kind of a lopsided spine. So a regular backpack actually would not really work for me. So I have a sling backpack that's easily accessible. I can put it in front of me or behind me. So yeah, so that's why. So no on the hiking poles. That's funny. I guess the Corvette Club's having a hiking expedition or something. It's a lot of expensive toys right here. That's too funny. I mean, seriously, why would you want to hike when you can just drive really fast? That's good. And these nice cars. I don't know if I'm really into like Corvettes though. I don't know. I like Formula One. I like fast cars, but anyway, that's funny. See, this would be more my style, like the older ones. Yeah, this one, not the other ones. The other ones they can keep. I'll take this one. And there's my gal Prudence over there.